Now we go to the audio sound bites just to provide contrast here with, Mitt Romney lamenting the old days, longing for the days of the legacy media, the 3 networks and the 2 newspapers and everybody getting the same facts. And gee, it was so much easier then. Compromise and collaboration and working with the other side was so much easier. The contrast of that in the Republican primaries is 3 people: Trump, Carson, and Cruz. Man, maybe Rubio. Throw Rubio in there. But some of the others, it's Christie and some of these others, it's clear that the guiding principle for them is to win the nomination by showing they can compromise with the Democrats and work with the left. Now, the Today Show today did televise a Trump town hall in New Hampshire. And Matt Lauer was permitted to intrude on his town hall by interviewing Trump and asking Trump some questions. So Matt Lauer, in our first soundbite, said to Trump, "Did you see 60 Minutes over the weekend? Joe Biden was on. He said this about you. He said he's disappointed in you. He said you know what else he said, by the way? Folks, you know what else Biden said? Keep an eye on Biden. Joe Biden said that story that Maureen Dowd wrote about, that Beau Biden on his deathbed begged his dad to run for president. Biden said he never said that. That's not true. That he didn't tell Maureen Dowd that. That whole story of the deathbed plea, Dad, you got to do it. You got to run. Never happened. Folks, about Biden, let me tell you, that speech that he gave in the Rose Garden last week when he announced he wasn't going to run, that was a speech you give when you are running. And I'm just telling you that I don't think Biden's out of this. I still think that there are all kinds of things in files somewhere about Hillary and about Obama, and it wouldn't take much to leak them. Let me just put it this way. As the fall turns to winter, I would not be among those surprised if Joe Biden reverses field. He's got that speech he can hearken back to. It laid out his agenda. It laid out what he would do and what his campaign would be if he did run. It didn't jive with somebody announcing he wasn't going to run, was going to get out of what he wasn't into in the first place. It sounded exactly like somebody who is running. So we'll see. But anyway, back to this soundbite. Matt Lauer asked Trump, "You see 60 Minutes over the weekend? Joe Biden was on. He said he's disappointed in you. He said your attacks on immigrants are unhealthy and beneath this country. And he says that he hopes you don't believe your own words." How would you respond to that?
When it comes to illegal immigration, we have to stop it. Our country, people are pouring across our borders, and if you don't have borders, you don't have a country. We have to stop illegal immigration. In addition to bringing drugs and bringing lots of problems, tremendous amounts of crime, whether it's Kate in San Francisco or Jamil in Los Angeles or the woman the other day that just got raped by an illegal immigrant, a 66-year-old veteran, raped, sodomized, and killed. But we have to stop illegal immigration.
By the way, also in my stack today, you would not believe the stories out of Europe and the refugee migrants there. Europe is being conquered. Europe is being overrun right now. And very few in governing positions in Europe are doing anything to stop it. And some are now beginning to get panicked over what they now see happening. You've got able-bodied men from desert climates standing in line, freezing to death in rain, wind, and snow to get into these countries. In one little hamlet in Germany of 60 people, 1,500 migrants are going to be housed in some no longer used building. So right there, that town has been already overtaken. That town, whatever it is in Germany, has been conquered. 60 people live there. 1,500 migrants are being housed in one building there, soon to be taking it over. And that story is repeating itself over and over again, country after country in Europe. So Trump's right about this. Next, Matt Lauer said, well, I went back and I read from your famous book, The Art of the Deal. You wrote this: I play to people's fantasies. I call it truthful hyperbole. In an innocent form, it's an innocent form of exaggeration, a very effective form of promotion. Would it be fair to say that that describes your campaign so far, Trump?
Look, I'm just telling the facts. The facts are we have a country that's going bad. We have 100 million people that are in a workforce that can't work. Our real unemployment number is probably 22 to 30%. We have nothing but problems. We make incompetent deals with Iran. That deal is the most incompetent deal I've ever seen. I'm not just talking about between countries. I've never seen a dumber contract in my life. Obamacare is a disaster. People's premiums are going up 55%. Their deductibles are so high that nobody's ever going to get to use it. We have a country that is in serious trouble, and I think that's why I'm leading in every poll, because I will solve the problem.
Right. There's a maturation here occurring with Trump. In the past, months ago, with these two questions, he would have insulted Matt Lauer and, told him to get on a train to Mexico or something, and to stop wasting his time with silly questions. And you can't even read a book. What do you mean telling me that my campaign's what I said? But can't you read? Can't you watch what I'm doing? But instead, he restrains himself and just continues to say and articulate his message regardless of the inane question that he got. There's more to, and we'll get to it when we get back. Don't go away.